Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be creating something that I've been seeing these like little peekaboo nails. They're usually done with just monkeys though. I've been seeing them on Pinterest and things like that. I'll pop in a picture here. I think they're so cute with the little 3D monkey and his little banana, but I wanted to do something for fall. It is now September, so to me it is officially fall and I am so excited for fall. I just do not like the summer. I'm not a summer girl. I have always been a fall girl my entire life. I wish I could move somewhere where it was just fall and winter all year long. But yeah, so I knew I wanted to create something really cute. So I decided to do a little teddy bear and have the rest of the nails like a French tip with some patchwork. I just felt like a teddy bear and like the patches would fit really well. So I'm starting off with a Nude by Nailz Bling Supply. It is MB26. I love this color. I wanted it to be like a little bit of a pinkish nude, not too overbearing pink, just a little. So I felt like this was the perfect nude for it. And then for all of the nails, I am just doing a white French tip for all of them, and then we'll put the patches on top of that. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing here. This design, I just wanted to record me doing it. I wanted to create a cute little fall set to add to my website. So this design will be on my website. You can order it. The teddy bear, I wouldn't worry too much about the teddy bear breaking or anything like that if you want to order this nail set, because the way I make it is it's really thick, and you'll see like how it's hanging onto the nail. It's not very easy to break and come off. So I wouldn't worry too much about that if that wasn't concern if you're wanting to order this set. So yeah, that will be available under the fall collection on my website. So I'm just going in and doing a French tip, a white French tip on all the nails, like I had said. I leave my little mess ups in here so you can see that I am still struggling. I still struggle with French tips. I wanted the French tip needed to be like thick, but not too thick to where it looked like 290s type thick, because I wanted to put the patches on and still have the design show through after putting that teddy bear. So yeah, I am just finishing up this and then I'll pop back in. So for the patch design, I wanted to use, of course, pretty fall colors. So I decided to go with like a maroon-ish, a dark maroon red, a brown, and a orange. It's not a bright orange, more of a little bit of a darker orange. And then I just start going in and literally just kind of draw squares, just start drawing squares everywhere, trying to make the lines nice and neat. You can see like I clean up the lines so it looks nice and neatly done. So I go in and I'm starting off with the one color, the red, and just putting those squares down on each of the nails where I wanted them to be, and then go back in with other colors and do the same thing. Now I wanted my patches to look like they were overlapping some of the other patches. So since the nail tip is done, in the French white, I go back in with white and make a square, because the white blends into the white, so you really can't see it. But that way, when you lay the color down on top of like a darker color, like if I'm laying an orange down on top of a dark maroon red, it's not really going to maybe show up as bright as I wanted it to be. So that's why I'm going in with a white and making little squares, to where it's like overlapping the other patches. And you'll see when I start doing the other colors, like they're nice and bright. You're able to see them very well on top of the other patches. So that is why you see me putting the white patches down. So now that I've got all my patches down where I want them to be at, I start going in with the Nailz By Dev, her Baddest Black gel liner, and start outlining all of the squares and doing like the little lines, to make them look like patches, just lines and X's and things, so they look more like patches. I know right now it doesn't really look much of anything, but once you start adding like those lines and little X's on, it brings it to life, and I think it just looks like patches, and it's so cute. So that's what I did for all the entire nails. And I do kind of skim through this a little quickly because I still have to do like the 3D teddy bear, and I didn't want this video to be extremely long. It's already pretty long at 23 minutes. So, but yeah, it's pretty repetitive. I show you that I'm doing, what I'm doing on a few nails, so you get the idea. But yeah, I did kind of want to speed this up so I could get through to doing the teddy bear. So now that all of that is down, this is the nail that I am going to put the teddy bear on. So I went ahead and applied the top coat first, so that's down. Let that cure, and then I go ahead and file the tip as well. Because usually, I do the filing at the very end of the set, so the nails are nice and crispy. But since I'm adding a teddy bear on, there's no way I'm going to be able to file it. So you want to go ahead and just file the nail and top coat it, so that way it's completely done. Then I go in with Nailz By Dev, her Trippy Gel in white, and I start creating the teddy bear. I pull a little bit out and ball up into a ball. And at first I was going to put it like in the center, and then I realized if I would have left it in the center like that and then put his arms around, much of the design on the nail wouldn't be seen. And I didn't want, the teddy bear to cover the entire design. So I decided to do him where he's like hanging off of the nail versus like on the monkey nails. A lot of them do it because they're doing it on a longer nail too. They do it in the middle. So I wanted the teddy bear to be different so you could still see the design. So I put the ball onto the nail, like onto the edge of the nail, and kind of pushing it down so that way it's latched on in the front and in the back, if that makes sense. And then I just like take my fingers and flatten it out and smooth it out, and use the silicone tool as well. And then just get little balls and put on the ears as well, and just start shaping them with my fingers as well, trying to get them to match, and but also make sure that they are like attached really good to the head as well. So that's what I did for the ears. And then his arm, I'm kind of like rolling it out, like you can see here, to shape his arm, like where his top of his arm is like thicker, if that makes sense. And then the back is a little bit more thinner, and putting it on the nail and just kind of wrapping it around the back of that nail again, so it has like a good hold on to it. Same with his other little hand here, putting it over top of the edge of the nail and making sure that it's hanging over the front and the back. And then again, just going in and kind of shaping it with my fingers and using the silicone tool to get the nice shape of his little paws. For his back foot, I kind of do the same thing as I did with his arm as far as shaping it in my hands, just not as long, because, you want the foot to be a little bit shorter. So I did that, attach that to the nail, make sure it is attached to the back and the front. And then I really wanted to show like the bottom foot of the bear, so it looked more like he was kind of hanging on. So I take my finger and the silicone tool and I make sure that the foot right there is nice and flat. So that way you can draw like the little bottom of the foot on. I thought that was a cute idea to do, just to kind of add to it. And it turned out like shaping it was very nicely. So it's nice and flat. I did go ahead and take just another ball and add on his nose, and just smooth that out with my finger and the tool, so that way it's stuck to his face really well. I did go ahead and let that cure. And when I cured it, I let it cure for a longer time just to make sure it was nice and cured. I think my lamp was like 99 seconds and I did it like twice just to make sure it was really, really cured. And then I'm going to go in with some brown polish and start painting him all over everywhere, except for the nose. And you don't have to really worry about the polish if it looks a little, I guess like see-through or whatnot, because the teddy bear is white, because we're going to be putting fur on top of it. So, but I did want to make sure that I painted the entire teddy bear, including the back of the nail. Because, no one wants to see the back of the nail being completely white and not done. So, I mean, I wouldn't. So I want it to look like, it's a full teddy bear on the nail. So I made sure that I paint the back and of the nail as well. And just getting in between every little crevice and everything, making sure that the teddy bear is completely covered. So here, I apologize, my camera had apparently cut off, but I just took a lighter brown and went in and colored his ears, where I wanted the front of the ears, the nose, and I went ahead and did his little foot. which I just made a little circle and then took my brush and did little dots to make his little toes. And now I'm going in with the black gel liner again and just doing the nose, drawing his nose, his mouth, and his little eyes. Again, I'm sorry that didn't record. I don't really know what happened. It's a phone, so it can sometimes not be reliable. But that is all I did for that. You didn't miss too much. So yeah, I was struggling a little bit on his eyes right here, trying to make sure that they were like the same, even, looked even on both eyes. I tend to struggle with that sometimes. So you see me going in and kind of cleaning up his eyeballs. But yeah, he's looking so cute so far. And then I just add some little white, like some little white dots in the center of his eyes. Oh, and he turns out so cute. So I just flash cure that, and then I go in with some matte top coat. And the reason I am doing matte top coat is because I want to be able to see where I'm putting the top coat at. So I let that cure. After I get him matte top coated, I'm just going in with the brush and making sure I get every little corner and everything, getting him completely covered. And also because after I put on the fur, like, I want the other parts to be matted. So here's where I was saying it's important, because now you can be able to see where you're putting that top coat. So I'm taking the top coat and I'm going carefully only on the brown parts. That includes going around the white part of the ear, the lighter part of the ear, going around his eyeballs and everything. So that is why I put the matte top coat down, so I could see where I'm putting this top coat. You want to take the top coat and you want to cover it everywhere, because this is going to stay wet. This is where the fur is going to be applied. So I'm making sure that I get it everywhere, including under his, like his little chin area, and not getting it like there, like on the, in the center of the ears or anything where I don't want the fur to be. I'm also going to take the top coat and put it on the back of the nail, and just making sure everywhere is covered. Everywhere that I paint it brown is covered in this top coat. So now I've got the little fur out, as I call it. You can get this stuff on Amazon. That's where I got it from. But after I make sure that the top coat is completely on, I leave it wet, and then I go in and just take some tweezers, pick it up, and completely coat the teddy bear everywhere. You want to make sure you get every little spot, every little inch, because sometimes when you dab it off, you can see little parts aren't covered. So that's what I'm doing here, just completely drenching the teddy bear in the fur, dabbing it off as I go, and then curing it. So don't try to wipe anything off until after it is cured. And you can see here I dabbed it and there was still some left, so I go back in and put some more fur on him. And yeah, just making sure it's all really nice and covered. I wanted him to look like a real teddy bear, so that's why I wanted him to be furry, so he looked more like a teddy bear on your nail. So yeah, so after I get done doing that, I'm just gonna let it fully cure. And here he is. He's so cute. I love the way this turned out. I was so proud of myself for doing this, because I'm still learning to do 3D work. I am not the greatest when it comes to doing 3D things yet. I'm still learning how to do it. So I was really proud of myself for creating this cute little guy. And he was pretty easy. He's pretty simple to make too. So now finishing up the nail set, I go ahead and pop him back on the stand with the rest of them, and I buffed where I wanted to put gems. I wanted to add some bling to this set because it just felt empty to me. I know some people don't like bling, but I love I love putting charms and rhinestones on my nails. I love the bling glittery nails. So I definitely wanted to add some charms to this set. And that's what I'm doing here, just adding all the charms on. Put the bigger charms on the teddy bear and the pointer. After I got them on, I just go in and top coat around everything. And for the teddy bear nail, he is already top coated, so you don't need to. But if you want to top coat, you can. I would just suggest using like a liner brush and putting the top coat on that way so that you don't get it onto the teddy bear anywhere and ruin like the little fur look. But yeah, that's all I'm doing here. This is how he turned out. I think he's so cute. The whole set is so cute. I love it. So yeah, if this nail design is going to be available on my website under my fall collection, if you want to check it out. And thanks again for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.